Welcome to the Mind Body Business Show. The 3 keys to your success is just moments away. Here's your host, Brian Kelly.
Hey everyone, welcome to, well, this is not the Mind Body Business Show. I'm doing some testing and I thought, since I'm already testing, I'm deep into it, why not go ahead and announce something new that we're working on. And so that is, one of the things that has happened over the course of nearly a year now of doing this live show is every live show, if you may have noticed, has a guest expert on it. And so I interview guest experts, high quality entrepreneurs who bring tons of value to the table week after week. This is a weekly live show. And I can't tell you how many times, let's say that once the show is over and we're doing the debrief together, how many times I've been asked, hey Brian, can you show me to do what you do? Meaning, how do you put on this show? How do you make these quality shows with the quality graphics and transitions? And so, after so much, I always teach, listen to the market, do what they want. Don't always jump into, we all think that some gadget or some idea is really, really cool. And then realize after spending thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and months of effort that, well, nobody even wanted it to begin with. And so the opposite is what should be done. And this is what I teach and preach, done it from stage to my clients. And that is to listen to the market. When they say, when you start hearing the same thing over and over, well, that might be a ripe market for a product. And so that's what I have decided to do. What I am now doing is creating an entire, very comprehensive training course, both a do-it-yourself and a done-with-you course. So you would be working directly with me from A to Z, how to run a show, how to get guests. The course is going to be very, very comprehensive. And everywhere from studio setup, the lighting. I have box lights around me right now. The backdrop. Many people have asked me, Brian, is that, that's an amazing, I love your background. Is that real? And just the fact that they had to ask tells me it's of high quality. And yeah, how do you set up a backdrop? That is actually a green screen backdrop with an image behind me. That's very, appropriate for the show that I do because we talk about reading books. The kind of microphone, the camera. There's also noise dampening materials you can acquire. I have some right here, right in front of my microphone. And you can see these cones. It looks a little funky now. Now you're seeing the green screen effect kick in with the black. But I have this sitting right in front of my microphone to deaden any noise that may be coming directly from outside of my office, through the window maybe, if I ever have it open, which I don't during a show, that to keep the sounds, extraneous sounds from coming in. What kind of hardware is required to do a show like this? So if you're just watching, if you're just joining, I'm running a test on a different flavor of suite of software and services to see how this will look when the recording is done. And I thought, what better way to, do this, not just to test it, but also to put out an offer. And I'm not selling anything. So put your credit card away. Nothing is for sale. I'm looking to see how this new technology is working for me live. And I'm watching myself live. It's a delay. I'm watching on Facebook as I go. Many of these things I can teach you exactly how to do this. I've done all this as a one-man show, literally. I do have help on occasion from apprentices who do post and pre-show work, but during the show live, it's 100% me. I'm the producer, the director, the host, and then I bring on guest experts. And it could be daunting for ones who didn't know what they're doing. But one of the things I noticed is I saw so many Facebook Lives out there and other lives where, hey, Doyle, how you doing, buddy? Kathy Clark, man, it's been a long time. Nick Rubin, Kim Becker, Scott. Hey, Scott, just saw you in Arizona a couple days ago. Yeah, Roman Brown. Hey, how you doing, Roman? So, yeah, done a lot of these. I've seen a lot of Facebook Lives and other live shows where it looks like they just thought of something on a whim and put up their phone in front of them and they're walking and it's jiggling, it's rough, and it's like, well, they say they're doing this weekly. It's like I don't know. I like to do higher quality, and I'm not putting anyone down, especially if you're one that hasn't done it yet. That's a great way to start. Is just start. You don't have to be perfect out of the chute. But what I would like to do is provide a way for you to produce super high quality live shows. And it doesn't stop there. This is just scratching the surface. So, what I've talked about so far is basically how to do things like set up a nice professional quote unquote studio where you can do scene transitions. So this would be, for instance, where I would transition to the guest speaker by themselves. And of course, you see a blank face because I don't have a live guest speaker at the moment. And then there's a scene where we're side by side and I'm looking over and there they are. And there's other scenes where we have an actual website up and showing that you can share live in real time, like this, where I talk about reachyourpeaklibrary.com. And you can see they're very professional, smooth transitions, and these are things that took some considerable time to set up. Also some animation and music, as you'll see right about now when I talk about my bookmarks segment. We'll just play that real quick.
Bookmarks. Born to read. Bookmarks. Ready, steady, read. Bookmarks. Brought to you by reachyourpeaklibrary.com.
And for all of that to happen, including switching to this scene you see now, I literally pressed one button on my keyboard because I have automated the holy bejeebers out of this thing. And so it makes it easier for me as a one-person show to simply go through these things. There's another one. When I introduce my guest expert, I press one key, and this is what happens.
It's time for the Guest Expert Spotlight. Savvy, skillful, professional, adept, trained, big league, qualified.
And as I do in my show, I announce there he or she is, and then give their name, and then we go in and start the interview process. So all of this is 100%, well, mostly automated. I'm pressing a thing to go back to full screen now. So this is just the tip of this is what the guest experts that come on are asking for. How do you do this, Brian? I mean, there's so many more things that go into this that that are phenomenal. I mentioned hardware needed. There's a lot of software and software services that are needed, mostly online. One in particular offline, where you need to install software that allows me to do many of the things you just now saw. The software, the scene transitions, the automations, the animations, the audio. Where do you get announcer type audio like that? That's all going to be included. It's very inexpensive to do that. And on that note, to do a show like this with this quality, it will take investment. And I'm not talking to me. I'm talking for the software, and for some of you, maybe you need to upgrade your hardware. Some of you may need to move from, say, a Mac to a PC. I know, shudder the thought. I mean, but there's only certain software that runs on PCs and Macs and the like. Lots of things. Graphics. How do you set up graphics? So you see this frame around me, and look, you see my logo is actually in front of my hand. How does that happen? How exactly to do all of that is what I'm going to be training on. Again, put away your credit card, your wallet. I'm not selling anything here tonight. I'm actually going to offer something amazing to you, and it's not going to cost you a dime. Not a dime. At least you won't be paying me a single red cent. And I'll explain that in just a moment, so hang with me. How to do canned video. So you saw those videos and transitions, but you can also actually have, and I did this once with a gentleman named Roz Slaughter. He was one of my guests, and he actually had a sizzle reel that he would use, that he would have put up on a big screen before he went up live on stage. And so it's very cool and good technique. Instead of having someone go up there and bumble and stumble in introducing you after, by reading your bio on stage, very boring. You just say, play this video, and then I'll come up on the stage when it's done. That way you can guarantee your intro is going to be spot on. So I used one of those. I asked him if he had any. I knew he might, and he did. And so I put that into this very show. I clicked one key, and it automated the rest, and it played the video, and then when it was over, it transitioned to both of us side by side. All this stuff. I've been coined, and I didn't say this, so someone else did. My very dear friend Brigitte Hoferle, I said it, I blew it again, Hoferle. She called me the automation master, and I said, wow, thank you. I think I'll roll with that. Then I will also show you a checklist. It's a multiple page checklist. In fact, I have one right in front of me. I did not plan this, but it is about, let me see how many pages it is. I didn't put page numbers, so there's 2, 4, 6, 8, about 12 pages of information. I have a before, you can see the before show checklist. There goes the green screen. And then I go through multiple steps. There's more before, and then more before the show. This is right before the show, right before we air. And then what to do when it's showtime. What are the steps? You know, and these are things like secrets, tips. I get on with my guest experts a full 30 minutes before we go live. And we're live together, but you can't see us because we haven't actually started streaming. And we go over this checklist. I run down the checklist, and it's things like shut off all unnecessary applications on your computer to give your computer everything it needs to give you the greatest experience possible. Not just you, but the audience more specifically. How to, things like be sure to set your phone on vibrate or silent, actually. Put it on silent, but do not turn it off. In case there's an issue, at least I can still text that guest expert and say, hey, and maybe call, depending on, knock on wood, that has not happened yet to date, but technology, I get it. Things like that. To have, if you're in a household or maybe an office and there are other people sharing, say, the internet connection, is to do your best to have everybody shut their devices off for the duration of that time, which is about an hour and a half. I do a pre-show with them at 5, from 5 to 5:30. 5:30 we go live until 6:30. And I just say, just have the family shut off their Wi-Fi. Mine knows to do that. My office is in my house. And I say, look, it's a show. They know show night is show night. It is important. So all of these are all included in the training. Again, for those of you joining late, there's nothing for sale here. Hey, Ronald Grega, I hope I said that right. Thanks for joining. None of this is for sale. Just checking. I'm testing actually new technology as I'm doing this, and I thought, while I'm testing, why not put out a great, amazing offer, again, at no cost to you. And what that offer is going to entail is how to produce a live show similar to the one you're seeing right now, and what many of you have seen in the past, and will see in the future on the Mind Body Business Show, when I have special guest experts. One's coming up again this Thursday. Every week, we do this every week. And just wanted to go over the things that will be covered in this training that I'm inviting you to. And again, for those of you just now joining, recognize that it takes software, it takes online services that do cost money. Those are costs that you don't pay me. You have to pay to the services in order to make all of this magic work. So just know that this is not for hobbyists. This is for true business that wants to really get their brand out there. And I will show you step by step. I will pull back the curtain. I'll give you every detail of what I do. I stream to 9 platforms consecutively, simultaneously, at the same time. And there's a secret to that. It's a trick. Not a trick. It's just a secret. And I will reveal that secret and how you can do the same. I also talk about a method that I have coined, the carpet bomb marketing method. Now, don't get crazy. Carpet bomb, what is carpet bombing? And it goes back to the war days. Imagine the old black and white films. You see a big B-52 bomber flying over, and then you see all these bombs just dropping like crazy as it continues to fly. And so those bombs are dropping, covering or saturating, that's the key word, a large area. And they're hitting anything and everything they can with these bombs. Well, that is my metaphor, a story. So it's just a story. There's no underlying meaning to it other than the fact that that's the method I'm using for marketing. I'm hitting everything I can and everything that's in our path. And what's in our path is whatever technology provides. And so what does that include? 9 live streaming platforms simultaneously, When the video is done, you repurpose it. What does that mean? You have a recorded video now. And so you can, what I do, and I will show you, is you strip out the audio, very easy to do, and then you upload it to a podcast platform, which automatically will spread it to 15 podcast platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and many, many more. So this is the repurposing. It's carpet bomb marketing. Technology is right in front of us. Let's hit it. Let's saturate. That's included there. So you do audio podcasts. You have the live video, so you also have recorded video. There is a service, a phenomenal service, that I simply upload my video. When it's done, I upload it, and it will automatically transcribe the entire show into the written word. And it requires some minor edits, and I will show you exactly how to get that done as well for next to nothing. And just think of the repurposing you can do with that. And not to mention the SEO, search engine optimization, that will result on your website when you have that transcription available on there too, because search engines are looking for written words, not spoken words. And so you're able to give yourself a higher ranking that way. And what happens with this transcription service to complete that loop is when you're done, you embed code. You can embed code on a website of your choice. And when a user clicks play, they're watching the video just as you saw it live. And beneath it is the transcription. And there's a good 20 or 30 lines of text that you can see at one time. But just like a teleprompter, when people are reading from a teleprompter live in front of a camera, you'll see the words highlight at the moment that either of the people speaking is saying those words. It's phenomenal, and they can follow along. So it's a really awesome service that helps you to further repurpose. I offer the embed code, for instance, to my guest experts once the show's over, once it's been cleaned up, some errors have been corrected because it's automated, as a gift in return for them giving me referrals of other guests to come on the show that they know I might not perhaps know. And that's one way to keep your funnel of guest experts going with little to no effort. I will tell you exactly how to automate every step of this process using an amazing, amazing foundation of all automation that I'm using today. And that's called Peak Connector. You can go to peakconnector.com to look at that. And that is something that I use every single day that has been a godsend. That enables me to do what I do with a very small staff, very small. Let's see. In addition to that, oh my goodness, that's right. So let's stay on the topic of marketing. So marketing, in addition to live video to 9 streams. Oh, and by the way, there's an additional step in there I didn't even talk about, where we share instantly. The moment we go live, there's another software service. This is online through the web. You don't have to install it. You just set it up, and it taps into your accounts and using normal methods. The moment we go live, this very show is automatically and instantly shared to 6. I have it set up to go to 6 more Facebook pages, 6 Facebook groups, 2 Twitter accounts that I personally own that have many followers, my own LinkedIn account, and to 7 of my Peak Connector email lists. Instantly goes out with the link to tell them, hey, we're live. You type in the message beforehand, and the message goes out with the link to go back to your Facebook profile or page of choice for the actual live. So they can just click on it and go. So there's even more. That's carpet bomb marketing. It's taking it to whatever links you can. And speaking of that, the next biggest thing that I just started and integrated and will show you how to do is also how to put your resulting live videos that have been recorded on a on-demand television service. So think about something like Netflix. Netflix has movies and things that are, higher echelon. There's been a service that's been out for, I'm guessing, around a decade. And many of you have heard of it. Some of you have not. It's called Roku. And what it is a device. It used to be a box that you would set on your TV stand next to the TV and plug into your TV. Now they come in sticks, like a USB stick, but it's HDMI, a different connector that plugs right into a more modern television. And then what I've done is I've created a channel, and we're talking a user base of over 75 million active viewers on Roku by itself. And taking that a step further, yet another on-demand television service called Amazon Fire TV. Very similar in nature to Roku, much newer than Roku, and also a large viewer base. And so I will show you exactly how to get your resulting live shows or videos published up to Roku and Amazon Fire TV. Carpet bomb marketing. We're hitting every avenue. And by the way, I will say this. I have gotten more downloads on Roku than I ever have on my YouTube channel. And regarding how much marketing did I do, I did zero. I just created the channel, and people will search on Roku and Amazon Fire TV. And I've gotten more viewership from just putting up on Roku than YouTube. And that's with equal marketing on both sides. I don't market YouTube either. And I've had my YouTube channel much longer. And so huge to be on television. Also, we'll cover other things behind the scenes. How do you do this as a solopreneur, if that's what you are? Well, I found a phenomenal resource that helps me to not have to do that anymore. And I can do it at pennies on the dollar compared to other services. Think of overseas VAs, virtual assistants, very commonly used in the Philippines because they speak the English language. Issues arise with that. There's cultural differences. There might be language barriers on occasion. And most importantly, there's a time difference, time zone difference that really can kind of stall efforts. It's sort of like having a support ticket system where you put in a request and you don't hear back until the next day because they're asleep while you're awake, and vice versa. So this system is phenomenal. You choose where your help comes from, whether it be the United States or Canada or anywhere else in the world. And you get to see exactly where they reside. Are they in the Pacific Standard Time like I am, or are they in the Eastern? Will that be okay? Can I set this up to make it work even though there's time difference? And I've built a strategy around this entire system, proven. I've gone through six people, and many of them have been phenomenal, and helped me greatly. We'll help you with that. Also, go over other basics like on-camera tips, clothing, makeup, bling, to wear or not to wear bling, ladies. I'm talking more to you in that case, the shiny stuff, and how to interact, how to make yourself look like you're smiling all the time, because it's amazing that most of us think we're smiling when in fact you look at the camera and you're like, my God, I wasn't even smiling. It just felt like I was. And I'll give you tips behind the camera for things like that. So it's very comprehensive all the way from step A to step Z, how to integrate and automate. Automation is my forte, and also love speaking from stage. So putting those two together, I came up with this, and it grew over time, and I've just continually developed it. I have not stopped. It's continually improving, always looking for newer applications, better ways to streamline things, to automate even more. And I will show you how to automate everything, and that includes coordinating with your guest experts. So you'll click one button or you'll type in one tag, and it will kick off a whole series of messages that will automatically determine what actions they've taken, and based on those actions, go to another path in that automation and address that part of it. All automatic. And then when the show's over, the same thing with the referral process that I talked about earlier. Automatic, automated, integrated with an online scheduler, integrated with tools that allow you to automatically send text messages as well as email messages. Very powerful. And all of this, I'm thinking of all the different things I integrate with. Oh, and you can integrate with Google Sheets easily. So it's like Microsoft Excel, but online. And you can automatically fill information in there, so you could at a glance go check it back out. And I do this all the time where I have my guest experts, they fill out a form. This is another thing that was huge for a time saver. I have my guest experts, before they're even approved, I approve them. I vet every one of them. I have them fill out a form, and I want to see, certain things about them, how they answer questions. I will share all of this, every bit of it, every detail. In fact, the major automation that goes on through pConnector, I was told by a digital ad agency who is the guy heading it is a multimillionaire himself. I had hired him at one point, and we were on Zoom, and I was showing him what I had done as we were working together. I built this automation using pConnector, and I showed it to him. And as I was describing to it, he just stopped me. He goes, "Whoa, Brian, do you know what you've done?" I said, "What?" He goes, "That right there that you're showing me, just that one. I kid you not, because I worked with so many people. That is worth $15,000 right there. Just that by itself. Forget about all this other stuff. Just that." I said, "Wow, I appreciate that." And so, again, you that are listening to this right now, whether it's live or recorded, I get it. It's as I'm doing this, it's a day before Easter, and many of us have plans. So those of you that watch this afterward can connect with me. What I'm looking for is I'm building a system to show you how to do all this. It's under the guise of a term I've coined called carpet bomb marketing. It will help to get you great exposure for your business, for your brand. I know it. There's no doubt in my mind, because it's doing that for me. And what I would love to do, because I'm building it as we speak, it is not complete, is I'm reaching out to those of you who are really serious about putting in the effort to make a high quality live show, and then take all the steps beyond that I mentioned already, through the repurposing, through the podcast, through the live television, through the auto share, or the on-demand television, I'm sorry, and then through the auto share to all the additional platforms, all of it, all the way through with the automation of the emails. The cool thing about the automations that are built in pConnector, I can share them with you, and with a click of a button, they're in your account, completely 100% done. And all you'll have to do is change some words, change your company name, your signature, things like that in some of the emails, the text messages. But the work has been done for you, all the logic, the massive magic that goes into it. I'm looking for people that are serious to do, again, at no cost to you, meaning you don't pay me a dime, but you must be willing to pay for the resources that are necessary. And we'll get into that conversation later. I just want to know which ones of you are interested in joining what I have just formed, which is called my beta test group. And again, there is no cost to you. You pay me nothing. Hey, Mike, it's been a long time. No cost to you. I'm looking for beta testers to come in and try the system to see. Hey, Robert San Luis, thank you so much, buddy. Rock on. Yes, and I'm looking for beta testers who are truly, truly serious about this. And you have to be serious because, again, money is involved, not coming to me, going to these software and services and maybe even hardware. You have to be really ready to go, because I will have this thing put together soon. If that's a fit, if that matches you and you're integrity-based, you're an entrepreneur is looking to get that next way of completely exposing your business in the broadest and greatest ways, then reach out to me. Just private message me. Go to my Facebook profile. It's Brian Carl Kelly with a C. So Brian Carl is a C, C-A-R-L, and Kelly, of course, is a K. Brian Carl Kelly is my profile in case you're watching this on a different platform. I'm streaming on several now. I'm only on 5 at this moment. I normally do 8 to 9 on live shows with guest speakers. But again, for those of you just joining, this is just a test. I'm testing new technologies, see how this looks. I'm watching it to my side, monitoring it on Facebook Live, and it looks phenomenal. I have no problems with what is going on with what it said it was going to do. I see that I have a title to adjust, and that's okay. I missed one. So again, that's it. There's no money coming out of your pocket to me. There will be things. So the software I use, for instance, the software I use right now when I do a switch of a scene like this, and when I switch it over to the guests by themselves, and you can see the lower thirds that just came up. That's called the lower thirds with Pamela Gregory. That was my past guest. Preloaded, automated, on a timer, comes up and goes down. I'll show you exactly how to do that. And then you'll see like us, give us some likes and loves from a Facebook, another timer. You've probably seen it already come down from, let's see, this side right above my head. It's usually in this view or the other view. And there's ways to transition again to actual views of a website. And look, I'm scrolling the website in real time and you can't see my mouse. I'll show you exactly how to set all this up. It's using this magnificent software that is just amazing, and it's perfectly built for doing just this. I'll show you how to stream live to 9 or more platforms simultaneously. We're talking about, look at that, I just switched over to my Facebook, so I'm monitoring it as we watch, and you can see it switched seamlessly and quickly right away. And so, and at the same time, I'm also this is another great thing. I'll show you how you can monitor interaction, chat. Robert San Luis just chatted to us, and he's not on my main live stream. He did it from somewhere else. I don't even know yet. I'll find out later. But there is a piece of software that enables you to aggregate, to bring in all of, I have 5 going right now, all 5 live streams. Anyone who types in a comment, I will see it. It doesn't matter from which of those live streams it came. I'm on Periscope, I'm on Facebook multiple times, and I'm also on YouTube Live at this moment. Multiple Facebook is why it's at 5. I have my personal profile on a couple of pages, 3 pages, and then Periscope and YouTube Live. There are other live streaming services I use. Twitch, let's see, stream.me used to be one. There you saw likes and loves go back a little bit. Let's see, there are others, Bon Live. There's another one called You Now. They've kind of, some come and go, and that's okay. Using the service I use, all of that does not cause any issues. You just add more as they come on, new live streaming services that you can tap into. It's a phenomenal thing, and I just want to help entrepreneurs to get the word out, because I get it. It's hard to get out, hard enough as it is. With this technology, you don't even have to leave your office. You can continue to do live shows. Highly recommend an interview style format, and I'll tell you, it doesn't matter what business you're in. If you think, I can't interview anybody in my business, I'll bet you we can come up with some ideas for you. Absolutely. And the thing is, with interview style, it's so much, I found by doing both. Here I am right now to you. I'm a talking head. That's what they call it. You're one person ahead talking. And when you have another person that you're interacting with, and when I am edifying that other person, when I am asking that person about what they do, well, now that person can say it without sounding salesy or pitchy, right? Because somebody else, asked them to tell me about it. I didn't say, come on my show and pitch your junk and sell it. No, I don't do it that way. And this way, it's just a natural conversation. And in the process, you're giving that interviewee some incredible massive exposure that they wouldn't have gotten otherwise. And, I don't charge anybody. I don't charge guest speakers to come on. And I don't charge viewers to view it. In either way, you can choose to do that if you wish. You can choose to charge people money. That's fine. If you have a large enough following, or you just feel that you want to monetize, there's nothing wrong with it. I just choose not to. It's part of my building my platform. Anyway, I have yacked enough. Again, this was a big, wonderful, very successful test with new technology. And I just wanted to throw that out there. If you are interested in joining my beta test group, and so you know, I legitimately have 4 people in it right now. And I'm going to max out at 10. And if I don't even reach 10, I'm okay with that. But I've got 4, I've got 6 spots open. 0 cost to you. All you need to do is commit. Commit to me, and we will have a talk. It's okay. Nothing. I'm not going to upsell you. I kid you not. You will pay me 0. What I will ask of you is to be committed to acquiring the resources and software, and that may include, sounds exciting, nice. Yeah, Robert, hit me up, man, if you want to do this. And look, I would be happy with going forward with the 4 I have. I just thought, hey, I'm doing a test. I just will throw this message out there. See if there's anyone out there who truly is serious about taking their business to the next level, because it does incur costs out of your pocket that do not come to me. I repeat this many times on purpose because this is a live show and people jump on and jump off. That's another technique. And so if that fits you, if you meet that, let's have a talk, and we can go over the individual costs of each of the services so that you have an idea. I'm not going to be upset with you if you say, oh, you know what, that just took me out of the game. I just want to know real quick if this is something you're interested in. Let's have a chat and let's bring you into the beta test group. 100% free, no charge to me for you. You don't have to pay a dime. And I'm going to give you everything, all the secrets, all the tips, all the software, all the resources, all the automations that are worth tens of thousands of dollars, 15,000 just for one, as I said earlier, will be yours entirely free. And I will just ask that all you do is be serious, committed, and stick with it. And at the end, of course, and during it actually, provide feedback on things that can make it even better, or things that are confusing that can be improved upon. And then also at the very end, of course, I'll be reaching out to you. This is pulling the curtain back and asking for your bona fide, heartfelt testimonial of your experience with me in this program I'm putting together that's called Carpet Bomb Marketing. Hey, Adriana Rio, how are you doing? Saw you just joined. And that's it. Again, this wasn't a formal live show. I'm testing software and thought I'll put out this message while I'm testing because this test has proven to be wildly successful. I'm very pleased with that. Didn't know if this would be a very short episode or a longer one. So be sure to join us this Thursday so you can see this in action from beginning to end. We have a great show, a great guest. As you can see, some of you can see the message says the Mind Body Business Show with Ken Van Loo. That's because I had that preloaded and ready to go for his show coming up this Thursday. I forgot to change it right before doing this test, so that's why that is there. But I'll show you exactly how to do that as well. And so that's it. We're going to sign off. And if you're interested, hit me up. Facebook Messenger is probably the best. Again, my Facebook profile name. Well, if you're watching, you're on it. If you're on my profile, there are 3 other Facebook pages this is going to live. You can message me there too. I'll find them either way. Let me know if you're interested, and we'll have a chat to make sure that you are a fit for this. That's it. All right. I appreciate you for being on, for watching, and happy Easter, everybody. It's tomorrow. This is Saturday. Happy Easter. Enjoy your time with your family, and enjoy the celebration the reason for Easter being what it is. So appreciate you all, and we're going to end the show as we normally do with my buddy, my wonderful British voice, telling you all thank you. So, hey, have a great night, great evening, enjoy your Easter tomorrow, and we'll see you Thursday. Be blessed. Bye-bye now.
Thank you for watching and listening. This has been the Mind Body Business Show with Brian Kelly.